Welcome back. It is a Thirsty Thursday. I know I may have mentioned that a couple of times, but I just wasn't up to speed yet. Now I am going back to the well with the Ponzoni organic vodka. I have some beautiful trio organic birch water in here. And now we mix it up again with the dynamic duo. John Burnett and David Eisenbach are here to join us again. Hello, boys. I don't know if you're partaking, but I need a drink to get through some of this stuff. The House votes to remove Confederate statues from the Capitol. And what's overlooked to me in this, David, I'll go to you first. You're a presidential historian. Many of the statues they're removing were Democrats after we came together, and no one's talking about how all these Confederate slave owners were already having statues. What gives you?
Well, the Democratic Party was the party of the South. The Republican Party was the party of Lincoln and the freeing of the slaves in the
ding 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 ding.
So yes, Roger Taney, the Chief Justice who rendered the Dred Scott opinion, his statue is going. Democrat John C. Calhoun, the secessionist senator from South Carolina, the guy who argued for the positive good of slavery, he was a Democrat. His statue is going. I say, high time.
Wow, I don't.
We agree. We should get rid of all the Democrats.
All right. That's an easy one. Let's see. Once in a while, we actually get major breakthrough moments where Democrats and Republicans can agree. I don't mind seeing all these Confederate statues go. I would like people to point out that the majority of them turned out to be Democrats who were, for slavery. But
John, let's go all the way, right? How about getting rid of Senator Byrd's statue, the former KKK Grand Wizard, right? Let's just go all the way and just wipe all of the Democrats away. Defund the Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going back to Christopher Columbus, why should we stop anywhere? Let's get them all. And by the way, guys, I had a John Banzev. He's a great public interest attorney, and he brings these cases like Ralph Nader, and he's saying that the First Amendment right that many of these mayors are using to paint Black Lives Matter in the street extends to everyone. And if you have a nonprofit with a neutral message and you request, they have to do it. So I'm thinking about, petitioning New York City to put Christopher Columbus Matters somewhere in the city and see if they respond. I doubt that. But, all right, Joe Biden, had another one of these cockamamie press conferences where he speaks off a teleprompter and has the questions already given out beforehand. And he said, that Donald Trump is our first racist president, I guess overlooking Lyndon B. Johnson, who was clearly a racist. And he said the way he deals with people based on the color of their skin, their nation of origin, is absolutely sickening. David, do you think that the president deserves to be called a racist?
Well, I'm going to leave that one aside. What I will say is Joe Biden is absolutely wrong with the accusation that Trump is the first racist president. A quarter of all of our presidents were slave owners. Woodrow Wilson reinstituted segregation into the federal government agencies when he became president. FDR put Japanese Americans in internment camps, and Andrew Jackson put Native Americans on the Trail of Tears. So he's definitely not the first racist in the White House.
And Joe Biden put millions of blacks and Hispanics behind bars with his crime bill in 1994
crime bill, unfairly incarcerated.
That's pretty racist, David.
Yeah, that is pretty racist. And by the way, I know I bring this up from time to time, but I still don't understand why it doesn't get the perception that I get in my brain. When Joe Biden was on with Charlemagne the God, and he said, if you're not thinking about voting for me, you're thinking about voting for Trump, you ain't black. That sounds about as racist as you can get, if you ask me, because it's basically telling one whole class of people, if you don't do what I say, you aren't what you are. That's like horrible, if you ask me.
Yeah, but the problem is that his opponent, Donald Trump, is sending troops in to crack down on peaceful Black Lives Matter protests, and
which are majority white people.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's not racist, David.
But making the argument,
David,
make Donald Trump's attempt to make the argument that he is less.
Even black people in Chicago want law and order. They want to be able to walk down the street.
Yeah, David, how do you David, how do you respond to the fact that a recent poll showed 70% of the people that live in inner cities want the police. They do not approve of defund the police.
I think that's probably accurate. I think that's accurate.
Okay. So then if the mayor or whoever the police chief responds to is defunding the police and not giving the people the public safety they want, doesn't the president, Bob Barr said it would be impeachable if the president thought his people were under attack and not being given the public safety if he didn't send in federal troops. So,
well, look, again, I want to separate the discussion of what's going on in Portland with the idea of augmenting anti-gun violence task forces with Operation Legend. I think that cities do need more help cracking down on gun violence. I just wish this happened last summer or the previous summer, not 3 months before
the previous administration under Joe Biden and Barack Obama. How about that, David?
Okay.
Well, I'm saying gun violence was off the charts under Obama.
We got a wild card.
Donald Trump could have done something about it not 3 months before the election, years ago.
Well, we're doing something about it now. Let's live in the now. And I'm going to throw you guys, we got 2 minutes left, and throw you a wild card question. The other day, Trump was questioned on Ghislaine Maxwell, and he said, I don't know much about it. I wish her well. David, what do you think about that?
When you're defending a rapist, a pedophile in front of the press corps right there, that's never a good thing for the president to do. It's disgraceful.
Do you think he was wishing her well, meaning she doesn't get killed by the Clinton cartel and she stays alive to testify against all the people that were in that ring?
That's the way I took it, John.
I hope they're keeping her safe.
That's the way I took it.
I hope they're keeping her safe.
You know what, John? You know how executives, when they actually mysteriously have to leave an organization, they may have been there for years, and all of a sudden, everything that they've done, right? I'm not glorifying anything that Ms. Maxwell has done. I'm just making the analogy that they've been synthesized down as 2 sentences. We wish them well in their new endeavors. It's not coming from a good place at all.
Yeah, it's like it's like in this.
You know what? I really don't care, and the best to her, and may justice, be served.
Yeah, it's almost like down in the South when they say, "Oh, bless your heart." You know what I mean? They don't mean bless your heart. They mean you're a moron.
It was preceded by Donald Trump reminiscing about how he knew her in the Palm Beach social circuit.
Reminiscing is.
It was not intended the way you're saying it. He was wishing her well, and
we're all wishing her well. We don't want her to get killed. All right, you guys. For whatever days you actually agreed on things today, we made up for all that. So thanks so much, boys. John Burnett, David Eisenbach, the best we got. You're watching Liquid Lunch. Quick break. Back after this.